Good morning, everyone. It's been a while since my last walk around the farm, and all the flowers are coming out. I thought you might like to see what's been going on. I'm slowly clearing out the dandelions. I left them for the bees, and I am glad I did, because last week they were absolutely covered in bees. So what I'm doing now is just digging them up, a bucket at a time. Believe me, there were more than this, loads more, and feeding them to the goats, who appreciate that a lot. So I'm overrun with forget-me-nots at the moment. I hate to be brutal, but they've got to come out. I've got some pretty plants underneath all of this, and the forget-me-nots choking them out. This in here that the bees are enjoying, can you see that little bee there? That's a juga. That's a really nice little plant as well. And I've got lots of other things in there that I would just really want to rescue from the forget-me-nots. I have no idea what this is. It was given to me last year by a friend. Oh, there's a little bee. It's my shadow on it. So I've just got to dig out and find what I want to keep. My figs are doing well. Looking forward to those this year. And this poor little rhododendron, it's never been happy. I'm surprised it's still flowering this year. I'm going to plant a clematis at its base and let it climb up in between, because it will make a great frame for a clematis. I think it's not doing very well because it doesn't like the soil and it's in full sunshine. So, there we are. So I've got to cut the lawn in the moon garden. I don't cut anything else, really. I've planted some trees over there in the background. They're not in their final places, they're in pots. So let's go and see the kids. They have changed so much. They are crazy. Crazy kids. The milking bench is outside because Fleur pushes it over, and I'm so worried she's going to trap a kid underneath. Our little gate looks like something from Sleeping Beauty. I've woven lots and lots of chestnut in amongst it because, as you can see, they're escape artists. They will not stay where they're put. I've taken the battery out that powers the electric fence, because I'll be needing that for the horses soon. So that's little Torvi and Torsten the crazy. He is crazy. I've spent hours up here watching them, worried that something's going to happen. But as quickly as they get themselves into trouble, they seem to get themselves out of trouble again. I don't know what Torvi's doing there. And poor little Fleur, she was so bored when Roxy was pregnant, and she was so desperate to have somebody to play with, and I think she's gone off the idea now. Let's see what Torvi's up to inside. I honestly could watch them all day. Oh, and this is something that's very different with Roxy, since spending a whole day with her in labour. Oh, it's very windy. I hope that's not ruining the sound quality. Yes, so since spending a whole day with her in labour, we are so bonded. We are so close to each other now. I can milk her. She's still a bit crazy. Thank you, Fleur. She's still a bit crazy on the lead. She doesn't really like to be led. She would rather follow me willingly. Mostly it's willingly. She needs a good brush. She's got the this long piece here at the back that Golden Guernseys tend to have, because she's a Golden Guernsey Alpine Cross. So let's get back to what they're up to. They are bonkers. And they waste my time. I could just watch them for hours. Oh, can you see Torsten's got little tiny horns coming through. Do you want to be on film, Fleur? Poor Roxy, she really is a good mama, but she's just getting so tired of them. Come here, sweetheart. She says, I remember those days when life was simple. So I've had to reinforce the fencing with all this chicken wire because, thank you Fleur, because two little babies got through the fence and were on the bank, not very steady on their feet, falling off, and of course Roxy was getting quite stressed. Get down, Fleur. Roxy was getting quite stressed that they were vulnerable and one of the cats might eat them. Of course, she was panicking over nothing. Oh, aren't they lovely? Torsten is more bold than Torvi, and I've picked him up a few times and given him a cuddle, much to his disgust. So nothing much has changed over here. Well, apart from I've cleared out this area, I'm going to hopefully build a straw bale hut here and maybe line it with something to stop the goats eating it, but that's going to be my milking shed. But somehow I've got to find the mud to line it to make the cob. So I hope the sound isn't too bad. I've opened up this paddock where Toffee is. The horses have the whole area now because this afternoon they are moving up to our friend's field, which is, you see through the gap there beyond where Maggie is, up there and across is a lovely, lovely field full of grass, and it will give this a chance to recover because it is quite dry. It's been so dry. It's very, very windy today, but that's because we're up on a hill and we do get lots of wind. The girls are booked in for 2 weeks' time to be shorn. Here comes my Willow. Hello, Willow. And so yes, the shearer's coming in a couple of weeks, so that will give me lots more fleece to work with because I clearly don't have enough. Come round here to the studio. Under there is the rotavator that's still waiting to be collected, and my bags of mulch, which are still waiting to be put on the beds. So lots and lots of forget-me-nots here. And this, I really am not sure what it is. It started popping up all over the place. It's familiar to me, but I don't know, I can't place it. It has the most beautiful smell, so I'm going to let it flower and see if I can identify it online. But if anybody knows what it is, please, I would appreciate if you leave a comment and tell me. This I know is goosegrass. My dog loves it. A few calendula in there again. I've got to pull out all the forget-me-nots because it's choking all my other things. That's not goosegrass, that's goosegrass there. That's the goosegrass, so I don't know what that other thing is. I've got some crocosmia down there by the water butt. And in the studio, it is relatively tidy. I have had a clear up. It's still quite messy. Still quite messy. And over here, I've been organising my bags of fleece. So this is Pepper's wool I've been carding on my drum carder there. So, and if anybody can answer this question, I've looked and looked online. My small drum on my drum carder is collecting more than just the lumps, so it's meant to pull out the lumps from the fleece as I card it, but it isn't. It's pulling out the long bits as well. I've taken it all apart, given it a good clean, checked for bent teeth, and it's still doing it. So if anyone can tell me why, I would be so appreciative. And here we have my hoard. This, I'm not sure what that is. It was given to me year before last. It's quite a nice fleece, but my goodness, it's filthy. It's full of a million bits of grain. And then we have the brown fleece that I've been weaving with. Another brown fleece. Those are two from Svarteblad sheep. And there we have willow, larch, Peppers over there. No, this is Peppers, and Big Girls is in here because I've been using that the most. Over here I'm working on the sign. I had printed it onto this and painted it, but it was too small, so I'm going to do the lettering much bigger and then do this a bit darker. That's the sign to go at the front of our property, so that people know how to find us, because it's amazing how many people get lost trying to find us here. It's just a straight road, but because it ends in the woodland, that seems to put everybody off. So my little painting that needs to be finished. I fell out of love with it pretty quickly, but now I'm in the mood to finish that off. What else have we got in here? Not very much. I've just tidied up here, and then I've got, this is for all my fabric stuff that it's more of a hobby than anything really when I do my fabric stuff. My acrylic paints, my little CD collection, and my old CD player there. Yes, I still have CDs because my MP3 player stopped working. So I've got the one that's inside the house and then this one out here. Ah, I've just noticed my little, oh, I can't remember what they're called now, from Harry Potter. Anyway, he's fallen on top of my chalk owl. That's got to be framed. I'm hoping to sell that when I'm allowed to go back to the markets. I won't be selling this though, it's my favourite. I've sold other paintings that I've really enjoyed doing and regretted it, so I'm keeping that one. And the big one of Merlin as a Pegasus, I'm definitely keeping that one. So yeah, today I'm hoping to get on with some painting, not just the sign. I want to finish, I've decided to finish my, it's going to be called Hunter's Moon, this one, and it's of Diana. There it is, Diana the Hunter. But somebody said they thought this looked like they were reindeer, so I've got to sort that out so it doesn't look quite so Christmassy. I guess it would make a good Christmas card. Okay then. Just a little view out of the window. Can you see Maggie through the branches there? And over here we've got Benson. He's had a little drink. And Flash the Terrible, just there. He's been working. I've been bringing him into work, teaching him Liberty training. He's so good. I set the camera up to try and film myself doing a bit of Liberty training, but that didn't work. I really need to try and get somebody to film me. Here he comes. He's such a lovely little horse. And he is extremely flashy. His name suits him. Right, so that's enough piffling and poffling for one day. I'm going to make a nice cup of tea because I'm cold and come out here and try to focus on some work instead of looking at my lovely view. Still, once the horses have gone, I'll have less distraction, but I do miss them when they're not here. It's better for them. I don't know if the camera's picking up the dust, but it's very dry and dusty, and there's a lot of tree pollen, and it's just making their breathing difficult, especially Toffee. So it's for their benefit. The next video I put up hopefully will be one of them galloping around in their new field. So have a lovely day, everybody. Bye for now.